Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Richard Smith, and this is the trailer episode for my new podcast, Understanding Investing. For those of you not familiar with me, I thought a bit of background would be helpful. So, I first started investing myself in 1999. I was in graduate school working on my PhD on how I could help scientists and researchers be more honest about the uncertainty in their own models and forecasts. So I was essentially developing some new mathematics and combining that with computing power to help develop models and systems, again, to help scientists and researchers be more um, honest and transparent about the uncertainty in their own work. So, meanwhile, it's 1999. The dotcom boom is going on. I take my life savings and get into the stock market like everybody else. Thankfully, it only amounted to about $10,000 at the time. And in a little under the year, I've run my account up to almost $40,000. So I'm up about 300%. And then March of 2000 hits, the rug gets pulled out from underneath everybody, not too unfamiliar to what's happening to a lot of people right now. And that was a real wake up call for me that I didn't quite understand what was going on here, and that as a doctor of uncertainty, I wasn't doing a very good job of managing my own risk. So I've been at this for over 20 years now. Through my products and services, I've helped tens of thousands of investors do a better job of making more money and taking less risk in the stock market. And now I'm ready to get the word out through this new podcast, Understanding Investing, to tens of thousands of more investors and hopefully millions of investors. Obviously, this is a critical time in the markets right now. It's more important than ever to be able to manage risk, understand the uncertainty in the markets, make it work in our favor instead of working against us. You know, a story I heard early on from a mentor of mine, I asked, what's the difference between the winners and the losers in the markets? And he said, the winners don't need the money. Think about that for a minute. The winners don't need the money. What does that mean? At first, I heard it as, hey, the rich keep getting richer and the rest of us keep getting the shaft. But over time, I came to understand that what it really means is that we need to be in the markets in a way that we understand the risks that we're taking, that we're comfortable with the positions that we have, and that we don't need the money. So that at times like this, we're not getting pressured by the craziness going on in the markets. Now, look, this is an extreme situation right now. Obviously, it's difficult for anybody to stomach, but the more prepared you are in advance to take advantage of a time like this, instead of being upended by a time like this, that's what truly separates the winners from the losers. So this podcast is going to be very unique. I'll be sharing some of my own insights, developed over 20 years as an individual investor, as somebody who's helped tens of thousands of people be more successful investors, and as somebody with a PhD in mathematics and system science and a pretty unique perspective on the quantitative side of investing, but not letting the quantitative side overrule the qualitative side as well. Early on in my career, people said, hey, you helped me take the emotion out of investing. And you know what? That's true. But I believe that investing is essentially an emotional experience, and we can't entirely take our emotions out of investing, and we shouldn't take our emotions out of investing. Investing is a serious activity in our economy and in our world. The capital markets are a critical part of our way of life, of our capitalist economy, and capital allocation for those of us fortunate enough to own some capital is incredibly important. And it's a values-based activity. People should care about their investments. It's not just a numbers game. But we got to use the numbers to help us make sure that we're doing it in the right way, that we're doing it in a smart way, and that ultimately we're building a portfolio that we feel good about and that we care about. So we're going to be covering a lot of ground in this show. I am very excited. As far as the format's concerned, we'll be releasing episodes weekly. You can expect to hear a mix of content and my commentary on the markets. I'm going to be interviewing individual investors to talk about their own experience in the markets and helping them look at their own portfolios and get some ideas about how we could use risk management and portfolio management to enhance their ability to make more money and take less risk. I'm also going to be interviewing lots of luminaries, from business leaders to investors, traders, bankers, anything to do with wisdom and understanding about how we can do a better job of managing and growing our wealth, because that's what we're here to do. Yes, I have a lot of my own insights to bring and my own experience to bring to the table, and so I can help people to understand investing, but I'm also here to learn about investing with you. Understanding investing is a continuous quest. We never fully arrive. The markets wouldn't be what they are if we knew what the answers were, but that's, the wonder and the mystery of markets. We don't really understand how they work. We don't know what's going to happen next. They're anticipatory systems, and it's a constant effort to stay on top of what's going on, to educate ourselves, to learn as much as we can, to bring the best tools to the table that we can without making things overly complex. Ultimately, we need simple solutions that we can deploy in the midst of our kind of busy, crazy lives, especially in times like today. So if you're listening to this episode, I just have 2 requests. Number 1, make sure you've subscribed to the show on your favorite podcast app. And number 2, tell at least one friend you think needs to hear this message about this new show, Understanding Investing. Please visit understandinginvesting.com and sign up to be notified when new episodes go live and to access the full show notes and all future episodes. Thanks for listening, and episode 1 will be coming soon.